Storm Track 12 meteorologist Lesto with you here on our Monday morning. Looks like today is going to be the hottest day of the week with some much more refreshing air coming our way as we do head on in through the second half of this work week as a weather pattern change is going to be coming our way. For today, lots of sunshine around, mid-90s is where we're headed, feeling like upper 90s when you factor in that heat and humidity. As I mentioned, though, this is kind of a springish-like weather pattern starting to develop. In fact, almost winterish. It's kind of the same pattern that we saw back in January that dumped some of the coldest air in. We started hearing the term the polar vortex thrown around. Well, the low heights are going to be centered over the Great Lakes, and as a result, some of the cold air is going to be headed our way. Though running into the warm tropical air for us, the potential is there for some strong and possibly severe storms tomorrow afternoon going into the day, early morning hours on Wednesday. And then after that, much more cooler, refreshing, seasonal air coming our way, taking us below normal. And dare I say, Thursday, you may even be able to turn your AC off and open up your windows with a nice, cool, refreshing air mass coming in here. However, to get to that air mass, you got to go to the potential for severe storms. So nothing really more than a sea breeze storm for the day today. It's tomorrow that we do have that main threat that we need to alert you to. Greatest potential is going to be from some heavy downpours, some damaging wind gusts, and also maybe some small or moderate-sized hail. While I cannot completely rule out tornadoes, especially if you get one or two thunderstorm cells kind of combining with each other, I'm not anticipating a big severe weather outbreak with this system here for us, at least from the tornadic side. Wind and hail, though, that's the main threat we need to alert you to. And then still dealing with some heavy rainfall for the first part of the morning hours on Wednesday before eventually we do start to clear things out. So for the day, how about 90 to 94, upper 80s at the beaches, isolated showers and storms possible. Again, for the most part, I think we remain dry. Could be a spotty shower along the coast overnight tonight. Sultry. I mean, we're talking about temps overnight tonight just barely getting below that 80-degree mark. And then for tomorrow, a little bit of sunshine in the early morning hours with strong to possibly severe storms around for the afternoon. A little bit more cloud cover, but only knocking a degree or two off by tomorrow afternoon. So the warm surge of air coming up the eastern coast of the United States all the way up to Boston. But here's that cool, refreshing air. I mean, you can see we're talking about temps into the 40s across southern Canada this morning, and even only into the 50s and 60s in the Dakotas and the western lakes. So definitely some much below normal temperatures getting injected into this weather pattern, and that's that cool air that is going to be headed our way. And a lot of it has to do with the way the jet stream is configured. That ribbon of air up at 25,000, 35,000 feet. You can see the area of low pressure, the vortex, if you will, kind of sitting over Indianapolis, International Falls, Minnesota today. And then we do watch that kind of rotate on down across Wisconsin with that colder air coming our way. Now, again, it doesn't really kind of park itself over the Great Lakes here and over Michigan. And for us on the flank here, we are going to be seeing that southwesterly wind pumping that heat in here. But here's what I'm concerned about. When you start talking about jet streams, we're looking for where that strongest air, the fastest air is. And normally we divide the jet into quadrants. And what we look for is the entrance region here, the right entrance region. Notice how it is here over eastern Carolina. So that's why I am concerned that we are going to have the jet dynamics in place tomorrow afternoon going into the early morning hours on Wednesday, that these storms could be able to tap into some of that stronger air, stronger winds, and potentially have some problems for us here in eastern Carolina. Now, the positive side is that that trough kind of starts to lift out, and notice the coldest air in the entire northern hemisphere kind of heads back up towards Hudson Bay as we go in through the day on Wednesday and Thursday. And then we do start to see it kind of equal out. By then, that front should be off the coast. Notice this little piece kind of hanging back here, though, another little appendage. That comes through Friday going into Saturday, develops an area of low pressure along that front, and that brings it our way for the weekend. Then, unfortunately, may have some showers and storms around for our weekend, but we'll kind of fine-tune that as we get a little bit closer to it. But you can definitely see that next appendage as far as the system is concerned. So we do have that upper level trough digging in. We've got the front kind of coming through Pennsylvania, back in through West Virginia with a wave of low pressure dividing along it. And we've also got that warm, tropical, humid air mass coming out of the Gulf of Mexico and the southwest Atlantic that it's going to be running into. So let's play it out here for you over the next couple days. No real problems for the day today. Could be maybe a spotty shower right along the beaches as the little system's working its way offshore. Meanwhile, a little bit more isolated storms possible later this afternoon, 1 or 2 of them bubbling up, but lots of sunshine, and that's why I think we're going to be into the mid-90s. Partly cloudy, warm and sultry at worst overnight tonight, just barely below that 80-degree mark. Notice future track shows in the afternoon hours, showers and storms kind of developing out ahead of it, but you will also notice the stronger line of storms. That's the front itself coming through after about 6, 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. Some of those stronger to possibly severe storms will be in the neighborhood here, and they may even last into the early morning hours on Wednesday as that front makes its way to the coast. Maybe seeing some showers left over early morning hours on Wednesday, and then we do look for that action eventually by late afternoon and evening to kind of start to work its way off the coast. And then we clear out for a fairly decent Thursday in here for us. How much rainfall can we expect? Well, you'll notice really not a whole lot of action as we go on through the day today. And then we really start to see those numbers crank up in earnest here, especially as you go west of Highway 258 for later on tomorrow afternoon and evening hours. And then again by late tomorrow night into Wednesday, it makes its way on down towards the coast. Tracking the tropics, not really a whole lot of action going on, although we are starting to see a little bit more wave action, fairly low in latitude. The one thing I am watching, though, we've got this upper level low kind of between Bermuda and the tropical Atlantic here. More than likely it's going to stay west of Bermuda, east of Hatteras here as the front comes off the coast. But it is going to get tangled up with the front. So it is something I'm going to watch. Put it this way, it's got my interest peaked for us here as we go on through the next couple days. And then what I am kind of concerned about as we go into the next 7 to 10 days is that front kind of hanging out over the Gulf Stream waters, and mischief gets going there usually. Again, not forecasting anything to happen, it's just definitely got my interest as an area to watch. So that's something we'll continue to keep you updated on here over the next several days. Hottest day of the week into the mid-90s for the day today, still into the 90s for tomorrow. Strong to possibly severe storms in the afternoon and evening hours here. Thursday looks absolutely gorgeous for us here, though, once that front clears on out of here. Low humidity, plenty of sunshine around. We'll be looking at temperatures into the mid-80s. Turn your AC off, open up your windows for the next second half of the work week here. And then again, we do have that wave of low pressure with that second piece in the atmosphere coming along, giving us a chance for showers and storms as we head into the weekend. Hey, also a reminder here, great time to go to your iTunes store or your Google Play and download our free Storm Track 12 mobile app for you. You've got the radar on there. You've got the hour-by-hour forecast. So make sure that you do download that. And again, it's for free on the Google Play or iTunes store. Have yourself a good Monday. I'll track the action for you tomorrow. I'm Storm Track 12 meteorologist Les Still.